Professor Rudolph, this is the first volume. We're expecting another three. It's a huge project. I mean, who's involved in this project? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's important to know that it has always been a teamwork. Mm-hmm. So it's not a kind of collective volume that somebody has an idea and asks some colleagues to write about that and they write the usual chapter. Mm-hmm. But it's a collective work in the sense that there has been a team from the beginning, mm-hmm. Which was tracing the list of authors to be covered, a team which discussed all the periods to be covered, the kind of writings to be covered and so on. All of that started about 15 years ago, and it was a very long way. And at that time, there was a group of scholars, there was a meeting in Zurich, for the, let's say now, early period. There was mainly Gerhard Endres and Dimitri Gutas at the table. For the, let's say, post-classical period, it was Sabine Schmidtke at the table. And for modern period, it was Anke von Kügelgen from Bern. So specialists, each of them in their field. And it was Renate Wirth and myself from Zurich working on the whole thing. And we discussed the whole day how we should make the order of these different volumes. We gave lists to colleagues, we asked them about that. We submitted it to the publishing house, of course, at that time, had a very positive reaction. And the same process is going on with every volume. So we had a kind of program for every volume. But actually, this program is always revisited when we really start working on that. So we have meetings all, let's say, 2 years about that. For the second volume, everything is fixed. Most of the chapters exist already, most of them, not all of them, but most of them. Also for the fourth volume, because this is mainly done by Anke von Kügelgen in Bern, so it's a cooperation. And we're working parallel. For the third volume, there will be another meeting, beginning of next year. And at every meeting there are new contributors, because there are new specialists in the field and new colleagues. It was surprising when we started to plan the third volume. I thought we had to rely on just some colleagues. But now the number of colleagues working on that field has increased. If I may just call some names, mm-hmm. Rob Wisnowski had started working on Avicenna and now is working on post-Avicenna philosophy, so he's one of the authors. Asad Ahmed, working on philosophy in India, just started working on that, so he's one of the contributors. Khalid El-Uduayhib, working on logic, has done wonderful work now on history of logic and now in the 17th century, just published. So he's one of the contributors. So it's not a project which had been defined 15 years ago in any sense, but which is a work in progress and which reflects, I would say, the progress of research we have.